the 4th be with you.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
I wonder when everyone's favorite radio show is going to start.
Let's quiet down and try to be mature.
Righto, gents. It's another simulation gone mad.
So May the 4th, you spend the whole day celebrating Star Wars.
It's when I wear my Star Wars shirts.
Lightsaber fight.
A lightsaber fight with my daughter.
Lightsabers, yeah. Act a fool with it.
Vader was seduced by the dark side of the Force.
The Force?
The Force is what gives the Jedi his power.
Right here!
Right here!
Right now!
Right now!
We go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1!
Showtime!
Buenos dias, senors and senoritas. It is May the 4th, and May the 4th be with you.
Yes, and also with you. I love how the holiday like wound up taking advantage of, you know, a semi-common speech impediment.
Yes. Yes.
Like, so they're like, really, the only way we can make this holiday work is if we lisp it out.
Yep.
So May the 4th be with you.
Yeah. And Revenge of the 5th.
Oh,
I will be celebrating tomorrow. Revenge of the 5th tomorrow. Also tomorrow being Cinco de Mayo. That's all day Star Wars mariachi. I love it. We're going to talk some
too much
Cinco de Mayo. We're going to talk what that's even about.
Right?
We're going to talk Star Wars Day. We have a lot. Dude, we have so much.
There's a lot going on today.
Yeah, but most importantly,
I'm a little nervous.
Yeah, bro. We got a big day, man. If you missed the show yesterday, Brodus told a story. A story of stories. I don't know if can you tell the story?
Yeah, I can recap it real quick. Basically, like, over Star Wars. I mean, because it is about, like, finding out who your relatives are. Right? There was a revelation. I mean, Luke found out he had a dad and a sister. So I kind of feel like Luke right now.
Leia.
So a few days ago.
Leia's my sister.
Exactly. So a few days ago, basically, it's not a joke, not a bit. I got a call from my uncle.
Yeah.
Those of you who don't know me, my mother passed away when I was young. She came to America from Italy. She was an immigrant. Her and her brother and sister, and died when I was young. And I grew up at the New Mexico Boys Ranch here in New Mexico. My dad was a little dude, little horse jockey.
Little dude.
Anyway, so before, evidently, I've just found out a day and a half ago that I have a half sister from my mother.
This is crazy.
That my mother had a baby when she was 19. The in-between years between the arranged marriage her parents put her in at 16.
Yeah.
And, or right about there, and the 22 where she met my father. And so, all I know third hand is that, the baby was kind of, I guess, premature. And either way, my mother couldn't take care of her and put her up for adoption. So the gist I get from my uncle, he called to tell me because my sister hired an investigator to her adopted parents had died, and she just decided to, is my understanding, we'll get it clarified today.
Yeah.
She decided to have an investigator figure out like where her biological family is, where her roots, and wound up calling my uncle and said, "Hey, hi, I'm your sister's daughter."
God.
And so my uncle met with her and I guess verified it's all legit. She's got public record and all this stuff. And so I just got in touch with her over Facebook. I've not spoken to her, but you have. So I just told this story yesterday because it just happened. And I sent her a lovely note just because I can't even imagine, what that might feel like. She's not married. She doesn't have any family is my understanding.
Yeah.
And so, but she does now. So I'm pretty amped. But so you talked to her.
I did. Yesterday I called and man, because it's a crazy story.
So you wanted to set it up to where I would say hi to her.
I wanted you to like talk to her, but I wanted to I'm like selfish and I'm like, this is great radio. I really want to like make this happen live on the radio. So I called, and when I called, it was like 505 number, and all of a sudden it was like Joey. And I'm like, this isn't Joey. I'm getting all misty talking to her and got to catch up. It was really, really cool. We had a great time.
So her name's Jacqueline. She goes by Jackie, is my understanding.
Yes, Jackie. She goes by Jackie.
Okay.
And so we'll be calling her on air.
And so Steve-O wanted to call her just to make sure it was cool. So that way we didn't like just cold call her on air.
It was like, hey, listen, I know that you're meeting your brother for the first time ever. Can I call you live on air so that your first conversation is live on my morning show? Because ratings. And she was like, that's cool.
Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous,
dude.
I mean, I'm good nervous, but because I mean, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
But oh man, I can't believe it,
dude. Wait. I have a question though. What did you say about Catholics? Did you just say anything about Catholics?
I didn't say anything about Catholics.
I know. Somebody said, I get that born again Christians like to make fun of Catholics, but you may want to remember you have quite a few in your audience. I'm like,
I grew up Catholic.
I know. I'm like, where did
Catholics?
That come from? I'm about to make fun of Catholics because you don't listen to anything. When did somebody say anything about Catholicism?
I have no idea. That's all right.
I'm sorry. I get fired up when people chime in on the live line with stupidity.
Maybe that's like an old text.
No, it literally just came in 30 seconds ago.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like,
that makes no sense.
Somehow in your
maybe they thought we said
story,
Sister Jackie. Like
you found your long lost sister, and it was like from St. Mary's Rosary of the Narnia,
which could have been.
Yeah,
but. No, it has nothing to do with that.
Dude.
I don't. Okay.
And way to like just
ignore the
presuppose that like
the patrols.
I get that born again Christians like shut up. Stop it.
Stop it.
Stop
Just
it.
Picking a fight for no reason.
Exactly.
Nobody's making fun of anybody.
Gosh.
But anyway, not to detract from this because this is amazing.
Yeah, dude.
And I'm excited. And
I am
I'm
too.
excited to. It's so crazy to go this far in life and not realize that I could. I just never would have thought that I had this kind of surprise waiting for me,
dude. Yeah.
So I want to know like how she found out exactly when.
I need to write these down because I know you're going to get nervous and forget all of this.
I know.
And Beanix is off on Fridays, and he's my go-to. Like, hey, you ask the real questions.
Man,
you got to remember these questions. We're calling her at 7:35. So
she's on the East Coast.
Yeah,
you could hear her accent.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be cool.
That's cool. The Philly accent's a little different. It's a little subtle. It's not like an East Coast what's up?
Right.
It's not like that.
Yeah, it's a little different. So,
but they say things like wooder. You want to get some wooder? And,
what is?
wooder.
Okay.
Water is wooder.
I'm like, what is that? Yeah. Gosh, dude, it's gonna be great. So yeah, if you missed the story yesterday, I mean, it was a beautiful story. It made everybody cry, and it's happening.
I just can't believe it's happening. I'm kind of freaked out, dude.
You
I'm not gonna lie. I am. I can't believe you talked to her. Was a super bro move, dude.
Yeah. I had to.
I know.
Because, look, here's the thing.
If I would have called, we would never cold call her.
Yeah.
And if I would have called her first and then say, hey, we should try to do this on the air, then it would have been all forced and trite. It would have been not real. Yeah. So I've never spoke to her, but it's just freaking me out that you have.
Yeah,
spoke
dude.
To my sister.
Well, I mean, okay, so I really wanted you guys to reunite on the radio, and then I thought about that, and this is a really personal thing, and so
we're not going to get all deep into the heavy,
right, and so because of that, it was like I felt obligated to call ahead of time to make sure it was cool and not just spring it on her, like, hey, you're on the radio. Let's exploit this. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like, it was really, really cool. We got to talk for a few minutes, and then I was getting all like teary-eyed because I was realizing that I was basically like the concierge to you as you're about to meet your sister for the first time.
That's
so it was like,
awesome.
Like, I don't know, man. Yeah, it's really cool. It's really cool. We're like 15 minutes away.
Stop it.
14 now.
I'm gonna go get some water.
13 and a
Can you
half.
play a song
really.
or something?
No.
Okay. Well, what else is in the news besides this?
Okay, you know what? Let's start it off. We always like to start off the show with some good news, and we haven't done some good news. I got some good news for you.
Who likes good news? Good news, everyone!
Good news, everyone!
Good news, everyone! Good news, everyone!
Good news, everyone!
The good news is, start breathing.
You know, from time to time, we all have used Amazon to purchase something.
Okay.
And people talk about this world we live in, this scary world we live in, where you can get groceries now, they drop them off at your house.
Right.
Stuff like that. Different services. Well, Amazon has a new service for you. It's a pretty great service if you're not a fan of your dog.
Wait, if you're not a fan of your dog?
They're now offering a new dog stealing service.
Stop it.
Okay, maybe they're not offering the service, but this happened to a dude. If you're fearful over the fact that somebody's going to have your information and an ability to get into your home, you're right. Amazon's currently trying to get people to trust their delivery drivers to drop off packages inside their homes and their cars. But they better clean this act up. A dude named Richard from Buckinghamshire, England got home last Friday and found his miniature schnauzer puppy named Wilma was gone. What? He quickly figured out what happened because an Amazon delivery driver dropped off a package of dog food he had ordered online.
Okay.
And stole the dog!
Are you sure he didn't like just accidentally let it out?
Nope. Richard started contacting Amazon over and over and eventually got them to pay attention and retrace the driver's steps using the GPS from his truck. I actually have a clip because this is insanity.
She went missing exactly the same time as a parcel was dropped off. We had to pursue Amazon. They didn't really have a response, just that they'd look into it and investigate it. 4 days later, after they'd been no help at all, my sister heard me, Lynn heard me talking to Amazon, and she, while I was talking, found Jeff Bezos's email address on the internet, and she emailed him the whole story and said, look, what's happening? We need something done. That evening we had contact by a chief executive of Amazon in the UK. He said he would do everything he could until yesterday morning, when a guy called Rob Levy at Amazon in Hemel Hempstead phoned me and said, this is my top priority for the day. I'm going to make it my top priority to find out what happened to Wilma. He phoned me back an hour later and he said, describe your dog. At which point I described Wilma. He said, I have her here, she's safe, and I'm going to bring her home now.
Okay, so let me get this straight.
Yeah, bro.
First off, why is Amazon feeling like, hey, we need to just kind of get in your house?
Well, apparently
because of theft of leaving the packages.
So now we talked about this a few weeks ago. Like if you have OnStar, different services for a car, you can actually have packages delivered to the trunk, and they'll actually lock them in your trunk. You have to give them access. It unlocks your car. They put it in the trunk. It relocks your car. You can do this with your house as well, giving them access to your home. So they gave Amazon access to their home to drop off a package of dog food, and the delivery dude stole the dog.
That's worse than like someone stealing the package.
Yeah, I know. Listen, bro, you got a pet. You got a responsibility.
I mean, the solution like overshadows the need, the problem.
Yeah. Terrifying as we every time we've talked about this, people are like, I don't know, man, you're giving them access to your house. And it's like, bro, it's Amazon. What are they going to do? It's Amazon. Oh, they're going to steal your dog. So, yeah.
And how are they vetting these drivers? I want to know. These delivery guys.
Amazon says
like
the driver
Uber
worked for
rejects?
Apparently, they have independent delivery companies that they basically, what's the word I'm looking for? Third party, hire
under the table style
locally to so they said that they've completely cut ties. Amazon has cut ties with the independent delivery company entirely and won't do business with them anymore. No word on whether or not Richard's planning on getting the cops involved, but dude, he straight up like had to keep bugging Amazon because they weren't doing anything about it.
You're like, how do you even make that call? You're like, first off, how do I call Amazon?
Right.
Because you don't want to just send an email or wait for their little chat bot to pop up. Right. It's like call or live chat. Hey, could you guys give my dog back? Where are you located? Well, this old
Buckinghamshire. Yeah.
Am I calling a call center? It's like, where am I even calling?
It's crazy, man.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, I mean the good news is he was reunited with the dog. Amazon finally got involved after like 4 days of him hounding them. No pun intended. None pun intended. So yeah.
The hound of Amazon Prime.
Just saying. Gosh, dude.
So I wonder if they like gave his dog food back. Like, I mean, made it free.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
So apparently they use independent courier services locally and subcontract it out. And so, yep.
That's not a
there
good
you go.
idea.
Yeah.
How about they just leave that to the regular postal service?
Yeah.
Just let that process be.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
That's awful.
I know. You know what's not awful?
What?
We got to take a quick break.
Okay.
Coming back, we're calling your sister.
Oh, my gosh.
You've never met.
I know.
And for people, because people are chiming in like, this better not be a bit.
No.
Guys, this is real life. I called his sister yesterday in Pennsylvania and talked to her on the phone to get authority and approval. And no, I would never make fun of this situation or like have somebody, you know.
Yeah.
We're not calling
And basically,
Gentry.
those just tuning in yesterday, I shared a story that day before yesterday, I got a call out of the blue that turns out I have a half sister that I never knew about. And evidently she didn't know about me and hired an investigator just to find the roots of her family and found us. And I got in touch with her just briefly on Facebook, and she gave me her number, and Steve-O was here, and Steve-O actually called.
Yep.
And asked if it would be cool if she'd be down with us having our first combo.
Oh
on
my
air.
gosh!
We won't get into like deep long combo, but I do want to know where she's been all my life.
Oh man,
You know,
this is going to
literally.
be crazy.
Yeah, I'm just kind of freaked out, but I'm good freaked out.
Yeah!
You know, I'm like good nervous, but I'm nervous.
It is
So,
May the 4th.
This is totally not a joke.
Oh, man, I
Yeah.
can't wait. I hope she's a Star Wars fan. I just want to talk Star Wars
No,
with her.
dude, you can't be like nerding out with her.
It's May the 4th.
I know,
I'm
but
nerding out with everyone.
This is way bigger than the Force.
It is Cinco de Mayo Eve. Gosh, we got to take a break. Coming back, we're gonna call Joey's sister.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
amazing. Stay with us. Live from the Dreamstyle Remodeling Star 88 Studios. The Morning Invasion.
A supernova on Star 88 with David Jeremiah.
Just as Jesus Christ was God in man, the Antichrist is Satan in man. The Antichrist is Satan walking around in a body, just as Jesus Christ is God walking around in a body. And so when Satan was thrown out of heaven and came to this earth, he inaugurated his program, and his program is literally nothing more nor less than Satan walking around in a body, empowering the Antichrist, literally the Antichrist himself. Just as we look at this 13th chapter, we discover the profile of the Antichrist. First of all, it's important to note how he comes to power. His rise to power is inconspicuous. Nobody will notice it. It will hardly raise the attention, even of those who are closest to the center of action.
Turning Point with David Jeremiah. Don't miss it on our sister station, KNKT, weekdays at 11 a.m. on 107.1 FM. A warning from John Wesley. What one generation tolerates, the next generation will embrace. A solar flare on Star 88.
I was sisters, keep on running. Fathers, mothers, keep on loving. Fighters, soldiers, hold your weapons and lay your back on me, lay your back on me. Brothers, sisters, keep on reaching. Fathers, mothers, keep on dreaming. Fighters, soldiers, drop your weapons and lay your back on me, lay your back on me.
A judge in Sacramento is allowing authorities to continue collecting evidence directly from the accused Golden State Killer serial murderer.
At issue is a collection of DNA samples from Joseph D'Angelo.
Trump acknowledged that he repaid personal attorney Michael Cohen the $130,000 hush money Cohen paid to adult entertainer Stormy Daniels.
The payment could have violated campaign finance law.
On Hawaii's Big Island, trouble at Kilauea, the active volcano. Scientists say a large pocket of molten rock moving beneath Kilauea caused part of a vent to collapse, creating a deep hole spewing ash and steam.
In the past month, the U.S. military has suffered 7 crashes, but the Pentagon isn't calling for a system-wide investigation.
4 former Wilmington Trust executives were convicted in Wilmington, Delaware of fraud conspiracy charges.
The NRA holds its annual convention.
North Korea plans to free 3 Americans held there, but spokeswoman Sarah Sanders can't confirm that.
We certainly would see this as a sign of goodwill.
Shooting at a mall in Nashville.
Wall Street that outclosed up 5 points. The NASDAQ lost 13.
Good morning.
Stop.
Welcome.
Stop it.
Welcome to the Morning Invasion. Steve-O.
Jojo.
If you're just joining us, yesterday, Joey found out he has a sister.
A half-sister from my mom's side.
His mom
that we
passed
never
away
knew about.
when he was a child, and he never knew he had a sister, and yesterday found out he had a sister. And we're about to call her, and you're about to speak to her for the first time ever.
Yeah. So, if it gets just all clammy, dude, you just like if I become a wreck, just like take it over and let us slip off the air.
Yeah!
Stop it. You can't play this song. All right, let's do it.
Wait, so you want me to take over if you... But you're going to start, right?
Of course, yeah.
Okay.
Let me talk.
Like
yeah.
you're going to...
Yeah,
hey.
you dial. You dial. I'll call. But feel free to step in if I'm bailing.
You're not going to bail.
I know I'm not.
You got
I'm just
this.
nervous.
You've got Night Ranger.
Stop it. Oh my gosh. I can't believe I'm doing this.
Her name's Jackie, by the way.
I know.
Okay.
Hello?
Hi, Jackie?
Yeah.
Hi, it's Joey.
Hi, Joey.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
We're on the air. I'm sure you know that. kind of weird, but I'm.
Hi, Jackie, Steve-O too. I talked to you yesterday.
Hi, Steve-O.
Hi.
How
so
are
good to hear you again.
Are you nervous? Because I'm really nervous.
I'm very nervous. Okay. Yes.
So where have you been all my life? I know it's probably a long story. But how did I just found out about you a day and a half ago? Tell me how you found us.
Well, I paid $2,000 to a private investigator, and I wanted to find out who my birth mother was. An older couple adopted me when I was a baby, and when they passed, I started my search to find my birth family, because I had this big hole in me my whole life, and I could never fill it. You know, I could eat, I could drink, I could smoke, I could do everything, but nothing ever filled that hole. It's like I needed to close my circle and find my answers. And then I found her name and her brother's name, and I called him, and that's how I found you.
Jackie, so you only just found out recently then, like who... So let me just tell you that, our mother, your biological mother, our mother passed away when I was just turning 8, and
I was 16.
You were 16
because it was 1980.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, and she struggled with cancer for quite a while, but she was a tough and a good woman, and I spoke to my father, whom he met, which would have been, obviously after, far after you were born. And
right.
I told him about you, and he was like, wow. And he was just said, you tell Jackie that if she wants to know any stories or anything about her mother, that she can call me, that she's welcome to me as well. But I just have to tell you that, I have a family. I have my wife, my 2 children.
I saw their picture.
Yeah.
I have your picture on my phone.
Thank you. And so, my
beautiful family.
Thank you. And my life has been, I have to say, really complete and really whole. But in this last 24 to 36 hours in learning about you, I have to say that it's kind of like God carved out a little hole. And if I know it sounds crazy, but I feel like, I miss you. I've missed you. I have not been whole upon learning this. I realized that, how you think you got it, but then you find out what you've been missing. And in finding out about you, I realize I've been missing. So allow me to say, like I said in the message, welcome. Welcome to your family. Welcome to the beginning of you and I getting to know each other. And I hope, and I just want you to know that that we might be far away, but we'll find a way to see you. And I love you already. It's just kind of instinctual. I don't know how else to say it. But I'm
thank you for that.
So glad.
As being raised as an only child, finding out that I have a brother was very happy. I was very happy.
Oh my gosh. So what? So like, what do you do? What are you into? What's your?
I've been a therapeutic recreation director at a nursing home for 22 years.
Okay.
And it's like one big family there for me.
That's awesome. I've been in a band and on radio stations and basically been getting by on charm alone for the last for all that time. So
pretty much.
So you have something much more great to show for it. And so no family, no. Do you you hadn't been married, or do you have children to speak of, or
no? No, I was unable to have children, and I just I guess I chose not to have anybody in my hair. You know what I mean?
Sure.
That's kind of how I did.
Well,
You know.
your days of flying totally solo are over. You realize I'm going to be hassling you now, right? I'm going to be like sending you goofy texts and would you ever be open to coming out and visit and staying with me and visiting to New Mexico?
Absolutely.
It's really beautiful. It's a different kind of beautiful.
I Googled it last night, and it is quite beautiful.
Yeah, it's not all meth like in Breaking Bad.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Don't let that.
no,
Yeah, it's not
it's
Breaking
gorgeous.
Bad out here. Yeah.
So,
Oh my gosh.
Jackie, this is. I just want to say, as like the third party here, Brodus has been. I call him Brodus, by the way. His name is Joey or Jose, but for years and years and years, everybody called him Joey. I always call him Brodus because he's like my brother, even though I actually have a real brother, but Joey's like my brother.
Right.
So I call him Brodus, and I actually named my son after him because he's so very special to me. So the fact that I just get to be in this room, like while you guys are reuniting, has been really, really cool because getting to talk to you on the phone yesterday, it was instantly like, yep, this is Joey's sister. and so it has been incredible just to be a part of this, to see this. And for those just joining us on the radio, Brodus just found out he has a sister and her name is Jackie, and they're reuniting on the radio right now. And I just think it's... I love the way God orchestrates things like this because it's probably the coolest thing I've been a part of. You guys are blessing so many people right now. You don't even realize it.
And please note, Jackie, I told the story yesterday, and it was such a precious story, and just the fact of learning of you just already had this weight, this beautiful weight about it. And so when I shared the story, people were really moved, and that's the main reason we were motivated to just try to kind of share this experience with people that were just like, oh, I'm praying for her, and you guys are, this is beautiful, and people telling their stories, and people saying like, I found a family member of mine, and it's been nothing but amazing ever since. And so my only regret is that we haven't got to find each other sooner, and that I don't get to hug your neck and
the key to
and
that
kiss
is
your
if
face.
anybody is looking, they have to do it. They can't let years go by because there's not that much time, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Man, how are you guys feeling? Like, I just want
I'm
to know.
so excited. Like I have, the closest thing I have had to a sister is your wife.
Right.
And so, but it's just, this is different. This is I'm very familiar with my father's side, my mother's side, Uncle Mike, whom you've met, in Pennsylvania. I don't get to see very often because of the miles, and I actually got to see them two Christmases ago. And my kids got to kind of re-meet them for the first time, and it was wonderful, and the great thing about that side of my mother's side of the family is that they all have this thing. Everything's so loving and so open and so welcoming, and there's never you always just kind of pick up where you left off.
Yeah.
And you and I have never got a chance to pick up, but I can't help but feel like this is that I just love that you reached out, and I love that we're connected, Jackie.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to hug your neck and kiss your face and hold your hand and see you. So you're not getting rid of me anytime soon. Now that you're in, there's no going back. So
I would just like to say that I'm sorry you found him because he can be quite obnoxious, a little overbearing. He cries a lot as a dude.
I don't.
You
cry all the time.
I do.
That's good.
I'm trying not to cry right now.
Oh my gosh.
This is crazy. So, anyways, yeah, you can have him. It's pretty great. So, anyways.
Well, sweetheart, can I call you? Can I call you this afternoon? It'll be towards maybe after 5 your time.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm going to call you not on the air. And that way we can just chat. And that way you don't have to feel like you're under a spotlight or anything like that. But I know we haven't met, but I can safely say that thanks to the Lord and how great God is, that I love you and thank you for finding us, and I'm excited.
I'm glad that I found you too. I love you too.
All right. I'll see you later.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
All right, sweetheart.
All right.
Thank you, Jackie.
Have a good day.
You too.
Bye-bye, Steve-O.
All right. Bye, Jackie.
Bye, sweetheart. Oh, man, dude.
I hate you.
Wow. Thank you so much. Oh, she's so cool, huh?
Yeah, man.
Oh, man.
That was really special. Yeah. Oh, gosh, wow. Dude. Well, This Is Us has been off the air for a little while, and I needed to fill that punch me in the face void with something, so thanks, man. You freaking jerk.
Wow. Thanks for everyone to sharing, and thanks for all the support. And
hey, she's not crazy.
No.
I mean, you kind of are.
Yeah.
But she's not.
No, she doesn't seem like it.
It seems like it'd be really cool to...
Yeah.
Gosh, I can't wait till she flies in here and I'm YouTube live and we're just going to get all... I'm just kidding.
Shoot, man.
Oh! By the way, you just coined a new phrase that the Star Army is like going nuts on. Getting by on charm alone.
Yeah.
They say, that's your new shirt! That's the new shirt! Gosh. And most people are just calling us jerks. Making me cry like this on a Friday? Gosh!
Man, can we go to a song? Because I'm like crying. There's no tissue in here. So I'm like a mess.
We'll take a quick break. Oh, live from the Dreamstall Remodeling Star 88 Studios, coming back in the 8 o'clock hour. Holly Slade's going to be joining us. Oh, she's going to talk about other sad things like, the fact that New Mexico ranks tops for, childhood hunger. So maybe we can channel all of this sadness into doing good in our community. Oh, Brodus. That was amazing. Quick break. Right back live from the Dreamstall Remodeling Star 88 Studios. It's Morning Invasion.
We all want the best future for our children. Our next generation of leaders need a strong foundation. With small classes, a great sports program, and affordable tuition, Evangel Christian Academy strives to equip students for the work God has for them. ECA's mission is to shape and empower the Christ-loving leaders of tomorrow. By using a leadership-driven and individualized learning model, our staff can better prepare your student to stand strong in their faith and be ready for the real world. ECA also utilizes dual credit through C&M by offering 4 courses on our Academy campus taught by our staff. Since 1976, Evangel Christian Academy has been serving children from preschool through 12th grade and is fully accredited. We are located at 4501 Montgomery Boulevard Northeast in Albuquerque and are currently enrolling for the 2018-19 school year. Please contact Evangel Christian Academy for a tour today at 505-883-4674 or go online to ecanm.info. That's ecanm.info.
When the going gets tough, when the odds are stacked against us, it's important to maintain our godly character, but that's also when that's the most challenging. This week on A New Beginning, Pastor Greg Laurie helps us learn from a godly leader named Nehemiah. Join us for inspiration and instruction this week on A New Beginning with Pastor Greg Laurie.
Make an appointment with Greg Laurie weekdays at 8:30 a.m. on our sister station, KNKT 107.1 FM. We're all on a mission, right? So, what's yours? Get clear instruction from God's Word on the Star 88 Mission Briefing. We picked our favorite Bible teachers, so you don't have to spend hours digging through iTunes looking for the podcast. Every Sunday, starting at 6 p.m., you'll hear from the best Bible teachers like Ravi Zacharias, Skip Heitzig, Levi Lusko, and more. The full lineup is at star88.fm. Tune in Sundays, 6 p.m., only on Star 88.
My heart is weak, you won't let go. You take my place on this battlefield. You go before, you're my sword, my shield. I'm not alone. And you fight for me, you always have. His sons to glory. Behold the man upon the cross, my sin upon his shoulders. Ashamed, I hear my mocking voice call out among the scoffers. It was my sin that held him there until it was accomplished. His dying breath has brought me life. I know that it is finished. No power, no wisdom, but I will boast in Jesus Christ, His death and resurrection. Why should I gain from His reward? I cannot give an answer, but this I know with all my heart: His wounds have paid my ransom. Why should I gain from His reward? I cannot give an answer, but this I know with all my heart: His wounds have paid my ransom.
This is Star 88 at 88.3 FM, KLYT, Albuquerque, Santa Fe, and online at star88.fm.
Second win. Oh, your idea, man, blown away.
face down. I've got more secrets than you'll ever know. Another year and you won't let it go. Too many times I told myself to hold on, but it's too late for me. Now I'm as good as gone.
the 4th be with you.
Oh, you know what day it is. It is May the 4th. Dustin came prepared. I love that shirt. I love everything about it. Live from the Dreamstyle Remodeling Star 88 Studios, it is the Morning Invasion. Steve-O here, and joining me in studio right now, I've got Holly. I've got Dustin. Welcome. Feed New Mexico Kids. And it feels like it's been a little while.
It has been a little while. It has been a little while, and we missed you. And we missed your Starmy people, because your people are awesome.
Kind of the best. Let's
Kind of
be
the
real.
best. Pretty much
Kind
the
of the best. Yeah.
Yeah. When we're not in here talking about Feed New Mexico Kids, guess what happens to food donations? They go down.
They tank. Yeah. Dude, I'm telling you, the Starmy gives me hope for the next generation.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Because you see people giving and sharing, and I don't know, man. There's something about it, something amazing about it. So, but for those that are new to the Morning Invasion or have never heard you guys on the show, Holly, tell us a little bit about Feed New Mexico Kids. What is Feed New Mexico Kids?
Okay. Feed New Mexico Kids. We are a community outreach to feed the kids in New Mexico. Our goal is to eradicate childhood hunger in New Mexico, because New Mexico is #1 in the nation for childhood hunger.
It's crazy to me.
Yeah.
Still.
I know. It's nuts. And, I talk to people who've gone to mission trips, and, I think mission trips are wonderful. But guess what? We have a huge mission-oriented opportunity right here in New Mexico, because #1 in childhood hunger, and it leads to all kinds of problems in a kid's life. There's a trajectory that is set up when a kid is hungry. You think about Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Very basic level of the pyramid is, your basic physical needs, shelter and food. And so within the Title I system, so, Title I is the federal program that provides breakfast and lunch within the public school system. But just in Albuquerque public school system alone, there's 3,750 kids who are considered homeless.
Right.
So it's this subset of Title I. And so these kids are the kids that have circumstances that, they can't work their way out of these circumstances.
Right.
Some of them are 10, 11, 12. They can't go get a job and make their circumstances better.
Man.
And so homelessness, in kids is defined as not having a safe, reliable place of shelter in the evening.
Right.
So they might have a family member who has a hotel room, changing hotel rooms every night. They might be doubled and tripled up, with a grandma who's taken care of, 7 grandkids on her, very limited income.
Yeah.
And, what we look at is, what does that lead to in a child's life? We know it leads to poor attendance. We know it leads to behavioral problems. We know that it leads to perhaps stealing. And Dustin actually has a story.
Yeah, we were talking off air about this. The fact that, when you are hungry, when you are deprived of those very basic needs, desperation kind of sets in. And tell us a little bit about this.
That's exactly it. When you're hungry, you're going to do what it takes to get food. And so it doesn't matter if you're a kid, if you're an adult, whoever it is, they're going to do what it takes to get something to eat. And so, the other day I was sitting there at my desk. I get this phone call, and it's this teacher. She happens to go to our church, and she's like, "Hey, I just caught this kid stealing." We took her to the principal's office. We started going through the bag to figure out what all she had taken from the other kids. We realized, what she took was food.
Yeah.
It was all food items. She hadn't taken anything that was, she wasn't taking books,
Cell
or she wasn't looking for
money
for cool things. This was a young kid, and the kid just needed food. And so, I was just like, man, okay, so this young person had gotten moved into a relative's house, wasn't with her. She was with a whole bunch of other kids, I guess, from the family that had gotten moved into this relative's house. So they're all there together, and they're just trying to do what they can, And so we put together something for her, something to help out. But these are the types of things that we're dealing with. These are the things that we are dealing with every time we take food to these kids. Some people, so often we're like, families need food, so the adults are going to go get what. sometimes yes, and that's great for all the amazing groups that are feeding families.
Yeah.
But there's also just a group of kids out there that don't have the resources. They can't drive to go, to one of the other shelters or one of the other places and get donations. The only place they have is where the bus takes them, and that's to their school.
Yeah.
And so we're getting the food to them. And that's why it matters so much in what we're doing. That's why the Star Me is so important. That's why the people who attend the different churches or the different places around town that collect, that's why they're so important, because we can't do this without them. It's all being done just on donations.
Well, what's incredible is, for those who don't know, the backstory about how you even got involved was because you, as a Star Me member, heard Holly talking about this, and then you're like, okay, how can I get my church to do something? So, and I know you guys have your own area. What's going on with the Dome? Like, what are you guys doing down there?
I like that. Yeah, so we started with 3 schools. And that was going really, really well. We had a need pop up at another school down there, so we've recently upped to 130 packs a week that we're putting out. We've added an additional school, and now I'm looking for ways that we can do more. Like can we pack on more than one day? Can we? I'm just trying to find different ways to do even more, because the need just keeps growing. It's not like we've done this. Yay, hunger's finished.
Not even close.
We did it. We fed them. No, the next week it's there again. So it's one of those things. If you're not careful, you'll get beaten down by the fact that it doesn't end. That doesn't stop.
And I gotta say, for those listening, maybe you're part of a ministry, and Dustin here is not exactly the campus outreach pastor for Legacy.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You just happened to be listening, and you knew the right people to talk to.
Yeah, exactly.
So it doesn't matter who you are listening, what your role is in a ministry. Maybe you don't even work in a ministry. Maybe like in a dentist's office or a business out there, and you want to get involved. There's so many unique ways you can get involved. Like you, you just gotta you think outside the box for a second and make it happen.
And sometimes, like me, you feel the need, and then your wife hears about it, and suddenly you're doing something about it. So maybe you're like me. So if you're out there and you're like, you know what, there's a problem here. Just give that nudge and make sure it happens. So.
Well, remember the Star Me just chimed in. They said, does Calvary Church have a donation area on their site for Feed New Mexico Kids? I'd like to donate money. You guys don't do money donations, but here's an interesting thought. Nowadays, I mean, it's 2018. You can go online and buy your groceries and have them delivered.
Yeah.
True.
Why not go to one of the online sites if you don't have time to go anywhere or do anything? Now you can even be the laziest giver.
If you
seriously, you could go to Walmart, wherever, and then just go, okay, all of these packages of tuna, this. Please deliver it to 4100 Road Northeast.
Exactly.
Attention, Feed New Mexico Kids.
Exactly.
Seriously.
And that's really what we're asking for, because ordering food, this process of the ordering food gets cumbersome. And so what we really want is food. And that's actually why we're here today, because we're heading toward the end of the school year. So the last day of school for APS is May 23rd. And so we're trying to get at least one snack pack out to 400 kids. Okay, there's 3,750 kids.
Wow.
We're trying to get 400 snack packs out. So 20 snack packs to 20 schools. But what has happened with our food inventory is we're lopsided in our food inventory. So we have lots of ramen. We have lots of applesauce. We have lots of peanut butter crackers. And so what we're here to ask for today is we need the protein items. We need 400 cans of beef ravioli. We need 400 flavored tuna pouches. We need 800 sticks of beef jerky. We need 400 sleeves of trail mix. So, we did you put it on?
I
Star
did.
80? Okay.
Yeah. Facebook.com/star88fm. And it links directly to your guys' Facebook page. So
it's really a much shorter list than our previous list of food items. And it's because we have the other ingredients.
Talk about what that is, because you mentioned snack pack, and I immediately just thought of like a pudding snack pack, but that's not what you mean.
So, I don't know. Do you want to hold this?
You mean Dustin, you can be Vanna?
Okay, Dustin will hold it. Okay.
You're Vanna.
So that is a snack pack. It's a gallon-sized Ziploc bag, and inside of it is a pull-top can of Chef Boyardee beef ravioli. Any brand will do, obviously. A flavored tuna pouch. and a single-serve cup of macaroni and cheese. Oh, there's the flavored tuna pouch. Because these foods have to be something that a kid can just open with their hands and eat, right? We're talking no can opener, no microwave. And what happens, like with the cup of mac and cheese, they can get hot water in the nurse's office, or I'm told they'll go to a 7-Eleven or someplace like that and get hot water. So then the other items, a couple beef jerky sticks. I like a pudding cup in there just for some little comfort food. And then we fill it the rest of the way with, granola bars and peanut butter crackers. But think about this. You don't want a bag of just applesauce and granola bars,
right?
And ramen. You've got to have the protein items in there to balance this out. And this is designed to feed a child on the weekend. So imagine everything you're going to eat on Saturday and Sunday is in there. You need a little protein. So, the little kids like the Vienna sausages, but the bigger kids don't care for them. So when we're in a situation like that where these snack packs are going to go to all ages, we're asking for the beef ravioli with that pull top lid. And like I said, single serve mac and cheese, trail mix, beef jerky sticks, pudding. And, if you're going to the store and you are so inclined, buy one of each thing so that there's a balance, buy 4 of each thing so that there's a balance, buy, 2 of each thing, buy 12 of each thing. Just keep in mind that in a very short period of time, we are trying to create 400 balanced packs. And so we've got to deliver these packs by the 17th, the Thursday before the school ends, because on that Monday, Tuesday, there's sometimes decreased attendance, especially for kids who have trouble getting to school anyway.
Yeah.
So, we got a thank you note from a teacher in a mid-high that we delivered to for spring break, and she just said, thank you so much for remembering middle school. She said there's so much attention paid to the little ones.
Right.
And then a huge amount of attention paid to just trying to get the older ones to graduate.
Right.
So she said the kids in middle school often feel like hopeless. Like nobody knows they're there.
It's
like
the middle
nobody
school
knows.
child syndrome.
Yeah. But imagine being middle school child and hungry.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
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 So,
seriously.
Anyway.
Oh, man. People are chiming in left and right. Somebody saying, I work at a clinic, would love to try and get involved. Where can I get more information? We posted it all. Facebook.com/star88FM. If you just go there, there's a link directly to Feed New Mexico Kids, where you can get everything you need, how you can get involved. Because, like I said, you just kind of said, this is what my church is going to do.
Right, exactly. And that's the same thing, yeah. And on Facebook, send us a direct message if you need to.
Yeah.
That's fine. I can get that information. We'll get it to Holly, make sure that she has everything she needs so that we get you involved and going. So, yeah, we're always looking for help, and we're very excited about it. We had a motorcycle club a couple weekends ago. They did a run and got a ton of food that way.
Wow.
There was a restaurant over on 98th that did a big food delivery. So people are getting involved, and it's very exciting. And the more the better. Obviously, we're talking about right now. We're like, we're going to do 400 packs.
Yeah,
that's nowhere near the number.
That's 3,350 kids who still don't have packs.
Exactly. Yeah. So we're doing our best, but it's going to take more than just us, and we're excited about all of those who are going to come alongside of us.
Absolutely. Yeah. If you're just joining us, Feed New Mexico Kids. So many different ways you can get involved. Check out all the details. Facebook.com/star88FM. Man, thank you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's good.
Thank you.
I missed you guys.
We need the donations by
the 17th.
By the 17th, drop them off at Calvary or any of the legacy campuses. We need them to come right to us because this is a time crunch.
Oh, there we go. I posted all the details again. Facebook.com/star88FM. Hey, may the 4th be with you guys.
And also with you.
Yes. Beautiful. Perfect. I love that shirt so much. Quick break. Oh, man. Feed New Mexico Kids. All the details. Check it out. Facebook.com/star88FM. It is Star Wars Day. We're going to talk Star Wars. We're going to talk Cinco de Mayo because in case you didn't know, tomorrow, Cinco de Mayo. 70% of us plan on celebrating Cinco de Mayo, but about 7% of us actually know what it is. So we're going to talk about that as well. Stay with us. Live from the Dream Style Remodeling Star 88 Studios. It's the Morning Invasion.
Greg Lord.
You know, the word awesome is still very popular, isn't it? That's just awesome. That was an awesome burger, wasn't it? Oh, that was an awesome movie. Oh, you look awesome today. We throw the word around a lot. You want to get real technical? Only God is completely awesome. And that's what he says. You're awesome, Lord. What does awesome mean? It means you're awe-inspiring. I'm speechless, Lord. And consider this, when you see God in his greatness, you will see your problems in their relative smallness. I'm not diminishing your problems, because you might be here today with a big problem, a big challenge, something that's kind of scary even, but your God's bigger. Your God's way bigger than your problem. So that's something that you should always remind yourself of.
Catch Greg Laurie's teaching show, A New Beginning, on our sister station, KNKT, weekdays at 8:30 a.m. on 107.1 FM. President Abraham Lincoln said, "My concern is not whether God is on our side. My greatest concern is to be on God's side, for God is always right." Star 88 with a solar flare.
Keeps on burning bright. Brave enough to fight the fight and shout the battle cry. You'll never stop me, I'm a warrior. When I fall down, I get stronger. Faith is my shield, your love is the armor.
Ken Costa challenges you to live each day with purpose in this Star 88 PowerPoint.
What would it be like if people would say of us that in this place, at this time, in this Apollo, listening to me, we formed such a bond of the Spirit of God that it would be said of us that we had changed the character of our times, the character of a generation. You know, together we can make this not another talking point, but a turning point in our lives, in the lives of our churches, our communities, and our country. Do you know there is no power on the planet that is equal to the power of forgiven men and women who know the work of the Spirit of the living God in their lives?
That's a PowerPoint with Ken Costa on Star 88.
A judge in Sacramento is allowing authorities to continue collecting evidence directly from the accused Golden State Killer serial murderer.
At issue is a collection of DNA samples from Joseph D'Angelo.
Trump acknowledged that he repaid personal attorney Michael Cohen the $130,000 hush money Cohen paid to adult entertainer Stormy Daniels.
The payment could have violated campaign finance law.
On Hawaii's Big Island, trouble at Kilauea, the active volcano. Scientists say a large pocket of molten rock moving beneath Kilauea caused part of a vent to collapse, creating a deep hole spewing ash and steam.
In the past month, the U.S. military has suffered 7 crashes, but the Pentagon isn't calling for a system-wide investigation.
4 former Wilmington Trust executives were convicted in Wilmington, Delaware of fraud conspiracy charges.
The NRA holds its annual convention.
North Korea plans to free 3 Americans held there, but spokeswoman Sarah Sanders can't confirm that.
We certainly would see this as a sign of goodwill.
Shooting at a mall in Nashville.
Wall Street that now closed up 5 points. The NASDAQ lost 13.
The weak and the strong, who got it going on? You're dead wrong. The weak and the strong, who got it going on? You're dead wrong.
Dead wrong.
The weak and the strong, who got it going on?
Biggie Smalls, Star Wars. Yeah.
The weak and the strong, who got it going on? I just want the paper. You're dead wrong. When I get dusted, I like to spread the blood like mustard.
May the force be with you. Just some Biggie Smalls mashed up with original Star Wars. My favorite thing. Oh, welcome to the Morning Invasion. Steve-O and JoJo hanging out. Oh my gosh, I could just listen to that all day.
That's pretty awesome.
Welcome, and may the force be with you. Oh yeah. Guys, we're here. It's a big day. Not only is it May the 4th, meaning Star Wars Day, it is also Cinco de Mayo Eve. We're going to talk a little bit about Cinco de Mayo coming up, but first, I mean, being that it's Star Wars Day, you've got a little schooling for me because we're talking off air, and I consider myself quite the Star Wars nerd, but you're out nerding me right now.
I'm trying, bro.
Okay. Before we get into it, I guess that means we're going to do a little nerd talk, so...
Nerd Talk. All right, everybody, welcome to Nerd Talk. Really excited for the show today. Our guest, his name is Jose Manuel. He is a good guy, and he invented a new way to watch the Star Wars films. He talked to me a little bit about it before, and I'm so excited. I'm just so excited to hear what he has to say. Welcome to the program, Jose.
Oh my gosh. You're such a jerk.
It's Nerd Talk!
I guess it is, yeah.
Some people don't appreciate Nerd Talk, and I feel like that's how they hear all Nerd Talk anyways.
So, I'm more of a geek than a nerd. Do you know the difference?
Nerd is like me, who
has a bunch of information about a ton of useless things.
Yes.
Whereas a geek is a little more focused and specialized.
Yeah. I mean, I worked at Apple with you, so I guess I'm kind of a nerd geek. I can do both.
Sort of. I think
can
you're
do
a nerd.
Both, you jerk.
Because a lot of the stuff you talk about, nobody cares about.
Oh.
Sorry.
That's cool.
That's okay. But we can come together on the Force.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Beautiful.
I'm just not going to go into in the secret comic of the comic thread, the story arc there actually had a variant. Okay, so what we're going to talk about is with the 4th. I first off, can I just say, I don't want to not address the amazing phone call we had earlier, but my weekend can't get better. Like this is, it's all just like big puffy heart smiles.
Yep.
Like I just want to thank all the listeners here. I just want to thank cool folks like Preston Hart, and just want to thank just everybody who got to share that moment.
If you missed it,
I feel like it was really me growing up. I'm not growing up, but me being in radio for so long.
Yeah,
I just felt like it was appropriate that this moment happened on the radio.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was kind of cool,
dude.
And so that's a forever moment right there that you shared in, bro.
Yeah,
thank you for setting that up.
Yeah,
that was unbelievable.
If you missed it, Joey found out he has a sister. A sister.
There is another.
He had no idea. Leia. Leia's my sister.
That's right.
I don't have the drops, so we're just doing them all. Yeah. And so we called her today. For the first time ever, they interacted in real life and got to talk, and it was beautiful. Everybody cried.
Yeah, it was amazing.
So you can catch that on demand. It'll be posted as soon as the show's
over.
My
sister Jackie, little Joey and Jackie.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I want to talk about is because it's Star Wars, Star Wars Day. A lot of people still have to, with the exception of this new episode 7 and 8. There was, you and I have mixed feelings about the or opposing feelings about the prequels.
Mine aren't mixed. I'm right.
But so So I didn't come up with this, but I'm going to make the first like variation of it.
I like
There's something called the machete method when it comes to watching Star Wars.
Because not everybody's seen all the Star Wars films. It can kind of be a lot.
And especially if you're going to go and try to show it to like to someone who's never really watched them. I don't really know what the big deal is. I never watched them. Or you're going to show them to your kids, or you're going to show them to your girlfriend, and she's going to be like bored out of her mind or something, right? So you're like, how do
First
I
of all,
show?
you need a new girlfriend.
How do I show these movies? You know, so there's a way you can do it, and I've done this. And when I showed it to my kids, we went back through. You should know because I borrowed your Blu-rays. I think
he did,
and so we did it in this order, and it totally worked. It's called the machete method because we actually machete and chop one of them out of the mix.
Yeah.
But I'm adding another one to the mix.
Because it's not, listen, it's episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So with regards to those first 6 movies, the way you got to watch them, the machete method, it starts with episode 4.
A New Hope.
Right? Then
Makes
episode
sense.
5.
Oh, Empire Strikes Back.
Okay. But then you go back to episode 2.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
And then from there, you go to episode 3.
I like this.
And here, I'm actually going to insert another one. I'm going to insert Rogue One. Okay.
Gosh.
Then you'll go to Rogue One.
Loved that.
And then you'll go to episode 6.
Oh, Return of the Jedi, the single greatest
which
Star Wars
like
film
brings
in
it all
history of
together.
ever.
And then you can do your 7 and 8 after
Yeah,
that. But I mean,
totally cool.
The point is that like we basically get rid of the first movie altogether.
Yeah, because
The
it's
Phantom Menace.
terrible.
Right. So,
It's got its moments.
So, but you get that setup of Star Wars and Empire, but then you go to the prequels, which are a little bit more in context instead of trying to remember back all the way. And then you get that 2, 3, and Rogue in, and then bam, you go wrap it up with Return of the Jedi.
I love
it's
all of
amazing.
this. I love all of this.
It's a really cool way to watch it. It totally works.
Is there
It's not
any
one of those
way-
gimmicks of like playing the Pink Floyd album
Right,
when
right.
the lion roars or something like that.
I'm just. Is there a way to get a cut of episode 1 with just like the pod racing scene and maybe the Duel of the Fates lightsaber battle at the end?
Yeah, so you know, there's like some I don't know if you heard of like things like VidAngel or whatever, but there's services out there that allow you to
like the Christian
for parents
viewing.
to like censor
Yes.
movies. You know, like if you don't want to hear that language,
Yeah.
you can do that. But they actually have options to remove all of Jar Jar Binks from any of the prequels.
Tell me more.
Yeah, dude. So
me
so
more.
not just cutting out cuss words, but they'll cut out anything offensive.
I love
with
that.
Jar Jar Binks being
Jar
one
Jar
of the
Binks
things.
is very
And so
offensive
You can actually there's
to
services
grown-ups.
out there that would do that.
Gosh, I'll
Yeah,
take
isn't
that.
that amazing?
I'll take that all day long. So there you go. It is Star Wars Day. The Machete Mix.
The machete. And we all know that if Jar Jar runs into machete, it's not going to be a good thing.
Now, here's the thing. I didn't tell you this. Don't look at my
Okay,
screen.
I'm not.
You just gave us the Machete Mix, which cuts episode 1 out of it. But it is Star Wars Day. So, first of all, may the 4th be with you.
Right.
And usually people decide to celebrate by watching the Star Wars films. Well, I found a list of the most popular Star Wars movies by state.
Oh, interesting.
So they used search data from Google Trends over the past year. So all of 2017 into 2018, Google Trends pulled all this data to determine the most popular Star Wars movie in history. Or at least by state.
By state, regionally. Geographically speaking.
Now, what do you think the number 1 most popular Star Wars film is, according to Google Trends? There's one film that rises above as the number 1 most popular film in 20 states, including
Including the new ones?
New Mexico.
And this is of the first 6, right?
This is
what
of
we're talking
all of them.
Of all of them. I guess I would have to say maybe... I mean, my first instinct is to say Empire.
Okay.
But it's possible it could be Return of the Jedi.
I'm going to need an actual answer from you.
Okay, I'm going with Empire.
Yes! Empire Strikes Back dominated everyone as the most searched Star Wars film with no fewer than 20 states, including a New Mexico.
Nice.
Apparently, New Mexico loves us. Some Empire Strikes Back. Now, what do you think is the second most popular of all of the Star Wars films, according to Google Trends?
It would have to be Return of the Jedi.
I mean, Return of the Jedi is my favorite. Is that your final answer?
Yeah, it's my final answer. What? Dude, if it's one of the prequels, I'm going to throw the radio antenna out. I'm going to chop it down.
Hey, listen. Don't kill the messenger.
Okay.
But the number 2 most popular Star Wars film in 11 states out of this great union is The Phantom Menace.
Stop it, dude.
I'm just saying.
Stop it.
Maybe the return of the Civil War.
Oh my
Civil
gosh.
War 2, guys. We're removing
makes
11
no
states
sense.
from the union.
What is that?
Arizona? What? Yeah. Let's take a look at this list and hope I can actually know what states look like. Texas. Louisiana.
What?
Is that Mississippi? No, what's that one?
That's Missouri.
Missouri. Phantom Menace, bro.
That's
Phantom
awful.
Menace. Connecticut.
That figures.
Delaware.
That definitely figures.
Georgia.
That's a surprise.
Hawaii.
Wouldn't know. I'd have to ask The Rock.
Louisiana, Maine, and Maryland.
Maryland?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's insane.
I know.
So,
the second most popular Star Wars film, according to Google Trends, is
Wow.
The Phantom Menace.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it's not because maybe it's also because it's infamous.
Well, I was going to say that there's another generation of people who grew up on the prequels,
Right.
and I have a lot of friends who love The Phantom Menace. They loved Jar Jar because Jar Jar was their Ewoks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but come on, man. Hayden
Hey,
Christensen?
yeah, I know. Hayden Christensen wasn't in that one, actually.
Oh,
it was the
well,
little
whatever,
boy.
man.
It was the little boy.
Yeah.
Are you an angel?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, gosh. And that's where they, instead of taking out, they took all the mystique out of the Force, and it's like, oh, it's because you're midichlorian.
Oh, midichlorian count. Pee on the strip.
There's scientific reasons for faith.
We had Anakin pee on the strip, and his midichlorian count was through the roof.
This doesn't make any sense.
Somebody said, I will never cut out episode 1. Never. I would rather cut out episode 2 than episode 1. Actually, I'm with you on that one. I think episode 1's better than episode 2.
Episode 2 is like, hey, you guys need to finally have like some lightsaber battles.
It was so bad. So somebody said, I'm totally with them. I absolutely loved episode 1. You're haters. Just because you don't like it doesn't mean you have to hate on people who enjoy it.
Well, no, that's exactly why I do, because that's the whole. This is an editorial opinion piece here we're doing. It'd be no fun if it was just like, yay, everyone loves what they love.
Here's what's
you
crazy.
Do you. No, that movie's lame.
According to Google Trends, like I'm the lamest because Return of the Jedi was only popular in 2 states.
What? Which
Wyoming and Missouri.
Whoa. Have you ever driven through Wyoming?
No.
Dude, there's nothing going on there except the Force. That's boring. That is like when they first broke ground on the Death Star and had like 4 pieces of metal, like it was not fully functional.
Yeah.
That's Wyoming.
Speaking of nothing going on,
It's like they haven't built anything here.
The Force Awakens and Rogue One actually were the least popular according to this because they were only the most popular in 1 state apiece. The Force Awakens was the #1 most popular Star Wars film in Illinois.
Nice.
And Rogue One
Chicago.
was #1 in Alaska.
Oh.
So
been there. Hey, I've been there a few times.
So I've never been to Alaska.
Have you ever been to like, imagine going to Endor, except for it looks like Tatooine, but it has the temperature of Hoth.
Well done. Well done. So there it is, the most popular Star Wars films according to states, and we loves us some Empire Strikes Back.
It's true.
And some mariachi music.
That's like the Empire. Empire is like the classic like Act 2. You know, it's like you don't have a epic ending where the good guys win unless the bad guys get a hit in. You know? And so so here's a so I remember seeing Star Wars like when I was a little kid, the episode 4.
Yeah.
I was a little kid.
Yeah.
Probably was too young to be there it was in the drive-in movie theater. My dad took me. My dad and mom actually. And I watched it and I just barely remember. But I here's the takeaway. You know how parents, like, it's so easy when you got little toddlers and they ask questions and you don't really feel like having the big old convo with them. So
Yeah.
you just say whatever, just
Right.
lies basically, right? And so I'd be like, Dad, we were at the movie. I was so pumped. I just remember this. Looking up at the night sky at the stars. I'm like, Dad, which one's Star Wars?
Oh.
And he goes, where you see the 3 that makes like a triangle, that's Star Wars.
Oh my.
And it's like, they're all make 3. Like there's all, it's like trying to make a triangle shape. It's like whenever you see the 3, like where there's 3 that make like 3 dots like a triangle, that's Star Wars. And I was like, oh, wait, that's also Star Wars. That one's that's Star Wars.
Oh man.
My dad was just like, oh, shapes. He'd give me all those classic answers. I'd be like, hey, Dad, can we go to the movies? And he wouldn't say no because he knew I'd be like, and he didn't want to say yes because then he's committing. So he'd be like, always, we'll see what happens.
Oh my god.
And that would like tie me down. I'd be like, okay, guess I'm going to sit here and just kind of see what happens. Here comes the end of the day, like towards bed. Dad, are we still going to that movie? Well, you saw what happened. No, he didn't say that, but it was just like, I saw what happened. We didn't go. You forgot about that you even said it.
Oh, the we'll see what happens was the worst.
Why don't you just look outside and stare at the triangle?
Oh. Gosh, dude. My mom would give the maybes.
Maybe?
She was the queen of maybes.
Oh, okay.
And so then I found in the dictionary that it was like more likely yes than no, and I'd always, that was my comeback, was always like,
Yeah.
well, Webster's dictionary defines maybe as more yes than no, so I'm leaning yes on that one, Mom. And it was most likely not, actually. Why can't we just be real with our kids and say no?
So that, well, because maybe does have a positive implication, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So does possibly.
Possibly feels less hopeful.
Yeah, I guess it does. Maybe. It's all about the tone and what you say.
That's true.
Maybe.
Possibly. Or maybe.
You're like, that guy's cool. Maybe. Or actually, I would always say, we might be going to the movies today. Alleged.
Yeah, dude.
That guy's awesome. Alleged.
I'm just going to start saying that for everything. Gosh, man. Well, it is May the 4th, and so many people are chiming in right now. Facebook.com/star88fm. Shannon says, I love Return of the Jedi, but then my husband explained they ruined it because the Ewoks were actually supposed to be Wookiees. That's actually true.
Oh, really? Like little baby Wookiees?
No, they were going to be Wookiees, and then they shrunk them and made them pint-sized and called them Ewoks.
Oh, man.
So I'm like, who cares? And I was totally with her because Jedi's the best, and then she said the most recent was pretty awful, and now we're not friends.
They're like the mobile version of walks of Wookiees. It's like, here's the Ewok. Presenting the Ewok.
Dude, it's true.
Fits in your
Lucas wanted
pocket.
to make him like smaller and cuddly for like his nephew or niece or something like that, and that's thus Ewoks, but I'm totally okay with that.
Hey, so you were saying like talking about like how people, you know, how maybe and the connotations of words and things like that. You were asking me what on the internet what IMHO means.
Yes, I posted this to our Facebook page, facebook.com/star88fm. I can't believe this is really a thing.
IMHO and IMO have been around forever. It stands for in my humble opinion.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, like I say that this movie's the best. IMHO, this movie's the best. In my humble opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it started off as just IMO, in my opinion.
Yeah, in my opinion.
And then they added the H.
Well, I posted this. There's already been 107 votes on our Facebook page alone, facebook.com/star88fm. They asked 200,000 people originally on Reddit what IMHO stands for. 65% of people said, in my honest opinion.
Why would you say that? Why would you say in my honest opinion? You'd say my honest opinion.
Or honestly,
that's my honest opinion.
I don't know. However, alleged. The original phrase was in my honest opinion.
No, it was not.
That's what
the original phrase is in my humble opinion.
I voted in my humble opinion, but even with the Starmie, 107 votes already in the last hour, 54% of people said in my honest opinion.
I think that if you would have put in my humble opinion first, people would have said that one.
What?
Because everyone's just like, we better click on something.
No.
Maybe they'll talk about it. I'm just going to click on what.
That's not true.
No one even read all the way first. What is this? Opinions?
Dude,
click.
Somebody chimed in earlier and couldn't believe that we were even going to talk about this today. They were, I got to go find it. Oh, Googled your poll. I'm old and grew up hearing this phrase. I don't understand why it's even a question, but I'm interested and look forward to what you have to say on this today. Well, actually, I just look forward to TMI every day. Oh, thanks, grumpy old man. But they were saying it's in my honest opinion.
IMHO.
In my honest opinion.
I don't. What I don't like is when people. Sure, okay, fine, whatever. Make all your little acronyms and your little shortcuts for phrases.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's cool to say the phrases out loud. Like, you should never be like, oh, yeah, dude, LOL. Like, you should never, like, I don't like, hey, just FYI. Like, I don't like that either.
Yeah.
Like, here's FYI. No more saying FYI.
Can I still say BRB?
BRB.
Like, anytime I have to go pee, I'm like,
no, just say
BRB.
I can be right back.
Yeah. So here's what happened. Employees at BuzzFeed reportedly could not agree on what the letters IMHO represented. So some staffers said, it's in my humble opinion, and others said, no, dude, it's in my honest opinion. So they turned it into content and posted a poll, which is crazy because all of a sudden it went insane with people saying it's in my honest opinion.
Well, you're honest. Well, I don't like the phrase. Here's why. Your opinion should always be honest.
Yeah.
So why do you have to preface the opinion by saying, in my deceptive, my lying opinion, in my falsely guised opinion? No. Yeah. But humble, you would say that, like, I'm not trying to ruffle any waves, but in my humble opinion, that's just my humble opinion. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, the humble is what makes the phrase worthwhile, is what I'm trying to say. Otherwise, it's just your opinion. And yeah, it should be honest because you're talking to me and I should believe you as a person. So that goes without saying. Because do you always preface someone when you're telling a lie?
No.
So you don't say, hey, alleged. Dude, we're good friends. I care about you. I would never talk bad about you to other people. Alleged. Like,
Dude, people are saying, nope, it's honest.
It's not
in
honest.
my honest opinion. And somebody else is saying, no, bro, when do you ever give your dishonest opinion?
Right, exactly.
But here's the thing. I'm going to Jesus juke it. He did that all the time. And I actually say that all the time. Because Jesus would be like, truly, I say to you. Right? And I usually use the phrase like, dude, you want me to be, honest?
Dude, that's the one dude who did not... Who
to tell you the truth. To tell you the truth.
That's all he ever did.
Right.
Right. And it's the one guy who didn't need to be humble. He's just like, hi, hey, guess what? It all comes through me. So I'm, me and my pops are kind of the only things that matter. So
Brandy in California just chimed in and said, I have literally never heard anyone say humble opinion. I've only ever heard people say in my honest opinion.
Well, that's because you live in
because no one is humble in California. That was Brandy. Brandy in California.
Brandy in California. Well, then you're in some really weird town in California, Brandy. That's all I can say. Like, what's a weird one out there? Visalia?
Visalia? That's NorCal.
Yeah.
NorCal?
No, that's Southern Cal.
Somebody said I've always thought it meant in my happy opinion. Well,
Here we
go.
in my grumpy opinion, it really could mean anything, whatever you're thinking of at the moment.
See, somebody said it's in my honest opinion because it's like, no offense, but people say that all the time.
Why would your opinion not be honest?
Offensive. Right, but I mean...
The humble part is what makes it not say like, hey man, I'm not trying to be like, pretentious about this, but so that's where you'd want to give that preface. It should always be honest. Right?
In my honest opinion, you are not truthful.
Well, tell me your lying opinion. You dang liar, mentiroso liar.
I'm with you, bro. Okay. I thought it meant humble.
But it does mean humble.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Because America now says it doesn't. According to this poll, but of course, if we allow everything to
just
be decided
like LOL
by...
means live out loud. Isn't that a woman's Bible study? I've seen that all over the place.
I hate those.
Don't get me started on Christian acronyms.
No, just acronyms in general because I'm constantly going... Which one is that? And then I'm like Googling it.
It's like you can call your little group or whatever, you can call it core, but you don't have to say Christ offering requests eventually. Or whatever,
Dude.
Like, you don't have to use an acronym. It's okay.
Gang.
Just call it what you want. Gang.
God's Army now, girl. I don't know. I'm serious. They're everywhere. It's like, hey man, come to our youth group squad.
You gonna join my gang? What's that? Are you a gang? No, God's Army now, girl. It's like, I'm a soldier of love. We go into march.
You can't use soldier of love because that's SOL. But I'll tell you right now, there's a youth group out there probably called Soldiers of Love.
That's right. Are you going to, and then all of their events are all, hey, are you going to deploy next month? It's like their retreats and stuff. Soldiers of Love. Oh, yeah. Come on, Monday night, deploy.
What does deploy stand for?
I don't know.
Devil's
enemy.
Probably least of your
IMHO. Deploy.
So do you think people come up with like the acronym first and try and squeeze in
to make it fit all the time, man. All the time. It's like we have our recycling ministry. It's called Can Christ and not harming the earth. The harming the earth is silent because the earth is silent and pollution is the silent killer. And so if we don't speak for the environment, oh well. Who speaks for the silent victims?
Oh, I can't. Oh! Gosh, I hate that it's 9 o'clock. Good show, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Seriously.
Unforgettable.
IMHO. It was a good one, bro.
IMHO. Yes, it was. Just throw out some.
Man, if you missed any part of the show, catch it on demand. It's going to be up. As soon as I walk away from this room, I'll get it prepped and loaded. iTunes, you can subscribe to our podcast there. You can go to Google Play. You can go to star88.fm. There's so many ways
to
catch
the
Morning Invasion. It is on SoundCloud.
Nice.
Dude, Joey reunited with the sister he never knew he had this morning, and we all cried.
It was amazing.
It's May the 4th, so we talked Star Wars. It was a good day, man. It was a good day.
Hashtag blessed.
Bible leaders essentially saving soldiers every day, dude.
That was 3S the blessed.
Saving soldiers is just 2 S's.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah, dude.
So sorry.
Every day,
dude. That's just IMHO, bro. Relax.
Blessed. Hashtag blessed. We'll see you guys
ya.
on Monday.
Yep.
Oh, man. Live from the Dream Software Modeling Star 88 Studios. Peace out.
There's a hard truth at the heart of this hotspot from Skip Heitzig.
There are people in this world who I would classify as lost and dead. Dead in trespasses and sins, wandering, meandering, not knowing where they're going, because there's not a shepherd over them.
Hotspot. Skip reminds of the basic job description of a shepherd, leading sheep.
Sheep need to be led. Sheep need shepherds. We need his guidance. We need him.